grape, just specifically this one that I got in the store. Oops, I'm losing it. It's so good. It's not clean yet. What is this? Kale. It's so good. It just tastes so good. So when something actually tastes that good, that's how you know whatever chemical molecules are, however this was raised or made, it is good for you. Otherwise, it wouldn't taste so good. It's just such a simple sense, but we keep disregarding it. We keep overlooking it. Like so many people are still mindlessly eating. Just like boink, boink, boink. Whatever they used to, whatever they get. And most importantly, Chad, if you don't like it, don't eat it. You know, I saw a tweet today of a person saying that parents should never force kids to eat. And then I remembered my childhood, and that was actually one of the traumatizing experiences for me specifically. Like, it's pretty bad. And I know my parents meant it well, but it was brutal. Like, they really shouldn't have, because whenever you force in someone, it's just not good for their body. It really isn't. I remember a lot of traumatizing moments with parents making me eat stuff. So, okay. Don't make the same mistake, Chad. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so yes, we're live. Hey, hi, hello. Hey, hi, hello, Chad. Hey, hi, hello. Hey, hi. Did I say hey, hi? Tea time, hey, hi. Oh yeah, and some for the salty water. Boink. Boink. Okay, I'm gonna let this salty water dissolve a little longer. Boink. This one over here, that one over there. I'm happy to see you, chat. What kind of tea would you like? Oh, this smells so good. I love tea. I love tea. I love it. You know, chat, if you're ever not sure what to get me, oh, milk along. Just give me tea. Actually, no, I shouldn't put it that way, because I don't have P.O. Box, and even though some people did attempt to deliver stuff for my birthday without my consent, please don't do it. I'm talking about people from chat. It just comes off as creepy, like, unless I let you know what my address is personally, don't try to figure out my address and send me shit, like, you know? Like, unless okay, I can see a situation, like, let's say I start seeing you, right? Like, actually seeing you, like, in real life, right? Like, an actual, potentially, like, to-date person. Possibly, you know, if somehow you figure out my address, possible, but that's only if, like, it would have been really obvious, because I would go out on dates with you physically, you know, not in your head. Physically, I will go out on dates with you, and like we'll have chemistry, we'll be flirting, not in your head flirting, actually in real life happening, okay? Because there's a lot of Delulu people there, and it's weird. Like, unless it's actually happening, don't try to surprise, because those surprises come off as creepy as fuck. It doesn't matter how you mean them. They come off as creepy. Without consent, it's creepy as fuck. See, so many people, especially with the Russian audience, because Eastern European men are a lot more like, you know, straightforward and determined. And when they try to get the girl, like, they will pursue them a lot more than like an average American will. So there's this misconception that a man should be persistent. No, don't get me wrong. It's great. I think a man should be persistent. But it just comes down to feeling out the other person that you've been persistent towards, okay? Because you need to make sure that that person likes it. you being consistent. Because if that person, whether it's a she or he, it doesn't matter, don't like it, you gotta fucking stop, okay? And again, with the women, it's a little tricky. I get it, because women could be like, no, maybe, yes, no means maybe, yes means maybe, I don't really know, just like doing all of this, and it creates like, and they do it with a smile, especially in America, they do it with a smile, because like that's the polite way, but a lot of them would be thinking how much they fucking can't stand your guts, right? But they can't just tell you to your face. It's just an American like fake polite way. So if you're ever like not sure, just well, actually, I don't know if I should give exactly this advice, but what I'm trying to say, I was gonna say ask, but again, it depends on like how far you may get another fake answer. So you need to feel it out. Like I'm gonna give you 2 examples, and I think once I give you those examples, things will make sense. So in first one, in first example, a woman is going out on actual dates, like I described earlier, right? With a man. She's going out, and Chad is like, I didn't ask for this lecture on how not to be creepy and stalking, but I feel like we need to have a chat regardless. We have to. Just in case. Even though majority of you are not creepy, you're not delulu, you're just chilling, on your online world, and I get it, it's fine. But we have to have this mini lecture, okay? 2 scenarios. First one, a girl is going out on a date, physically, like with seeing a man, right? They go on dates, they drink, they talk, they flirt, they hug, they kiss. Maybe they do, maybe there's physical contact, maybe there's not, but like, she keeps seeing him, right? She's like physically seeing that person, okay? But she never invited him over to her place. Like, she likes to take it slow, maybe she's more traditional type, whatever. And, but it's obvious that it's not just like a one-time thing, and she is interested, like their relationship is progressing. And he wants to make like a little surprise thing, right? They just want to surprise her. Because like meanwhile, like the chocolate, sure, that's a good example. Because midway conversation when they were on their one of many dates, she mentioned she likes, I don't know, Swiss chocolate, extra dark. And then like somehow like after he dropped her off or something like this, he figures out like exactly her address, just like it could be something like this, right? Or somehow he figures out where she lives and he sends her the chocolates. That's different. She already likes him, obviously. Otherwise, she wouldn't have gone on actual. The key word is actual, not made up in your head. Okay? It's actual dates. Like, there's actual two-way thing. Okay? So here, him kind of being a little stalky, right? Like, just let's say he doesn't know exactly address, but he like goes online. And although I still think it's better to just ask. Yeah, we would have been like, what's your address, But then it's kind of not as much of a surprise. Maybe he wants her to like wonder, who's it from? I don't know. Anyways, I'm just saying in this situation, it is acceptable if he's stalking her, Okay? Can I get an okay in the chat? I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Now, the second scenario, let's say a girl has never met a guy, not once. But the guy saw her somehow on socials, whether it's Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And then he spent all of his free time, which happens to be a lot, figuring out where she lives based on, I don't know, fucking pictures, locations, who she hangs out with, without like actually talking to that person. And that like, there's no interaction. She never okayed him figuring out and sending her anything, but which seems like a similar situation with the previous guy, but it's not, because with the previous guy, she's actually seeing him, okay? That's the fucking difference. You can't just sit, you can, it's a very bold move. You possibly can. In theory, you could do it. And there is a very small percent, but it is a very, very, okay, keyword is very small percent, but she may like it if, I really shouldn't be saying it. Well, I'm just trying to be like extremely honest about this, right? But there is a small percent that she may like it if the gift is good or like somehow it just hits the spot. And if there's nothing else creepy, but you need to understand, by making this move, the probability of you creeping that person out is so high that it's most likely not worth it, okay? Maybe again, if the gift is so wow that the creepiness kind of like deciphers because she's so happy. I don't know, maybe you send her a fucking Lamborghini, right? She probably not gonna care that like you stalked her to figure out her address. But bruh, just don't, like, no, just guys, just don't. Especially many encounters with stalkers, they had like weird situations. It's just gonna trigger that sore point. Don't, fucking don't. Even if you really mean it, even if you may not be like delusional and mental, you may just actually try to like do something nice, but the risk is so high that you're gonna be perceived as a creep that it's never worth it. Unless you get to know that person, okay? You gotta get to know that person. Like actually get to know, like she or he needs to okay it. And majority of people on Twitch don't wait for the okay. Like, I don't fucking understand what's wrong with them. Like, what is wrong with you people? You need the okay. You need the fucking okay. You gotta creep people out with sending, I don't know, your fucking old sock or whatever you think is so sentimental for you, but the person doesn't fucking want it, just wants privacy. You get it? Okay, Chad, this is the end of our anti-Delulu creepy, don't be creepy lecture. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? Gimme. No, this is the, I don't really want a PO box. Like, I don't really, if you guys really want to get me something, I have like two, I don't know, one, I think it's just one item on my Amazon wish list. I think the only thing that remains there is a DNA test. It's just kind of like interesting to see what my heritage is, or, I don't know, kind of DNA disruptancies. I don't really think that those laboratories are very professional, but it could be fun. So if you want to buy me that, that's great. The rest of the stuff, like you guys trying to get me flowers and all, like, please don't. I appreciate the gesture, but if you want to do something nice to support me, I already told you guys, the best way to do it, MiraJuice.com. The links are conveniently put, actually, biddies. If you want to do it on Twitch, just do it with biddies. I love biddies. I love everyone that gives me biddies. Speaking of which, Alex40, thank you so much for being a top bidder of this month. With 15,400 biddies, Wesley is following with 11,000, and Steers the Great, 10,400. Thank you guys. I actually really appreciate it. I'm happy to see the rest of you too, but mainly just the people that give me biddies. Oh man. But then I can use those biddies to buy myself flowers, you know, if I want them. It's just way better. I don't know if you're like me, Chad, but remember when we were younger and our parents would get us presents, or like our grandparents, just like family, whenever we had birthdays? Like, would you guys expect to get a gift, whatever that was, whether it's like a toy, I don't know, a candy, a game, or would you just tell them to get you monies? Because I was always very practical. Well, I had obsession with Legos when I was like little. And my parents were like, well, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you? And I was like, okay, let's go to the store because I'm going to show you exactly which Lego I want, because I don't want you to give me fucking Barbie Lego, okay? I want like haunted house, like puzzles, Legos, you know, like I would always take my parents to the store because I knew there was no Santa Claus. I knew that. I saw through their shit forever ago, okay? So I knew I had to take him to the store so they know exactly what the Santa Claus is gonna get me. But once I was over the Lego period, I was like, give me money. Give me money, I'm gonna buy what I want, just give me monies. And then I would use that money, mainly, I actually don't even remember what I used it for. I probably just saved and invested. I was business mind since I was done obsessing with Legos. Anyways, you guys gonna laugh, but that's true. I had two sisters growing up, so you need to understand when you're a middle child, nobody cares. Like, nobody fucking cares about you. It's almost like you don't even exist. There's this really funny reel I sent to my mom the other day. I could like show it to you, but I don't know if that will make sense. I guess it could make sense. Anyway, so it just shows like a younger child. It's like a skit, a funny skit, okay? So 3 children. First one is a younger child, and the mom gives that child like a huge plate of sushi and pizza and good treats, and the younger child is just being pissy saying, I told you not to put wasabi next to ginger. I told you, you're so abusive. I hate you, and just gets up and like in a ram and leaves. And the older child just gets pizza, right? Just one pizza. And then the child goes like, thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. You don't have to, but thanks. And then the middle child gets one fucking slice, like just one slice and just like a little bit of water. And then he just starts crying, saying, Mom, like, this is like, thank you so much. This time you even gave me water. Like, I love you. Thank you. Oh yeah, and the way the mom would give the last middle child the food, it was kind of like like that, like, get off me type of thing. Anyway, so my point is, from everything that my sisters gotten during their lifetimes, I got the least, okay? So I knew early on I have to fucking hustle. I have to hustle or I'm gonna die. This is how I felt. Like, I'm not even kidding you, Chad. It was that bad. So I had to turn into a businesswoman. That's the only way to survive as a middle child. Squall. Yo, put a copy in the chat if you're a middle child and you understand. It's fucking tough. It's fucking tough. They treat you like you're the extra child that nobody wanted. Like you're that one child nobody cares about. Like, oh, you'll figure it out on your own. The younger one needs help. The younger one needs everything. Give everything to the younger one. And then you have to literally give everything to the, you have to. You give them your clothes, you give them your food, you give them everything. And then the older is the older one, right? They always kind of like respect, and I don't know if respect is the right word. I don't know, they have bigger expectations of them, and they kind of like trust them more. They think they're like the smartest, and usually it is actually true. Like, I'm not even complaining, frankly. One sec. So, the funny thing is, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you, Ronis77. Welcome. Are you a middle child too, Ronis? I bet you are. I'm a middle child as well, but I flucked out of being a boy. You need the unique factor. Yeah, I don't know what it's like. When you have like siblings that are the same sex as you, I think it's trickier. That's when it's a big fucking competition. As a middle child, it's tough. I don't get as much attention or recognition as my other siblings. I know, right? You don't need to tell me that. Why do you think I grew up to be so ruthless? It's like, make it or die type of thing. Yo, Wesley, thank you so much for the 500 biddies. Squad. Yum. Yum. Alex, thank you for another 500. Mwah. Thank you guys. You know what? I should probably rinse up after this mocktail. I don't know if you can hear the music, but there's music. All right, let's actually work out now, because the further I go, the least the chances are that I will work out. So I just kind of figured it's better to do it now. Donc. Can we talk about From? Oh yeah, so there's this oh my god. Oh my god. Have any of you guys seen the show From? So before I say anything, I just want to see like how many spoilers I can give out. How many of you have seen the show? It's called From. That's the actual name of it, From. It's called From. It's a little confusing, but yeah. And then I know, and parents act like it's not true. When I tried to address that with my parents, like years later, because I realized as a child, they don't take your word for shit. But years later, you know, when I matured, when I separated from them, I just kind of try to talk to them and explain something. I sent my mom this reel, and they don't get it. They think it's all made up. They gaslight you saying it's not true. It's actually, and then, you know, I have some of like the VCRs from back in the days when we were kids, and I literally would show her, it's on video. Like she would be saying, Nastinka, which means, it's like a really cute way to say Anastasia. And that's the name of my younger sister. She would be like, Nastinka, come here. Here's this, take this. And then she would be yelling my name, like, get away from her! Stop doing this! You know, and I'm like, I'm watching this. I'm like, you want to say something else? You want to say something else about how you loved us equally? Watch this. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I know. And it's on the tape. She's been caught. What's the phrase? Red-handedly or something? And I have a lot of memories like that. I mean, I understand my parents had their own reasons. Like, it was tough growing up at that point. Like, they went through a lot of shit as well. But these are all still excuses. Like, they don't have to, you know, treat me in contrast so poorly. In contrast to my sister. Like, overall, they still treated us good. Pretty good. But it's in contrast with my sister that was just, like, that's another reason why I grew up the way that I did, and I just kind of usually only count on myself. I only trust myself. I don't really share as much with other people because, like, what's the point of sharing? Nobody shared with me. Why should I share? You know? It's interesting how much we get from my parents, from the way that they treated us, from the way that they taught us how to interact with everything around us and how to love and how to treat others. It's actually very fascinating how much we copied. We don't necessarily have to keep it that way. I'm not saying like, yo, this is right. You can definitely change it if you want to. The thing is, I don't want to change it. I'm perfectly fine the way that I am. I think I will become more given later on. Much later. I probably will need to like meet somebody that I actually like first, and then trust them enough to, you know, have safe space where I know if I give them something, they're gonna give back, and like long term, I'll see that it will have fruitful outcomes. And that's how I will learn, oh, so sharing and giving to the other person is actually not bad. But as in now, it's like, meh. Nah. Let's go buy another watch. Oh, speaking of the watches, Chad, I was looking at different Rolexes. You know what? I think once I switch the computer, I'll show you which ones I was looking at, because I want your advice. I want to hear which one you think is better. Yeah, I'm buying this myself, as everything else that I have, that I bought myself by working myself with my own myself monies. Because there's still people freaking out about me, like, wanted a man who is financially on the same level as me or higher, so he can like take over financials, take care of them. And I think you guys don't understand. The reason why I want that is because I never had that. Okay, because I got everything myself in life, so it just would feel nice for a little bit of a difference to be able to relax and feel like a woman. You know, I think it's a little bit different. Maybe a man want that too. Maybe you guys want to relax and feel like a woman too sometimes. But, you know, I was actually born a woman, so it's kind of nice to feel like a woman, be able to tap into your feminine. It's very hard to do that if you have to like take care of bills and like work a lot and, you know, do all these things that are traditionally masculine things. So you can get pissed off at me all you want about me wanting the man to take care of the bills, but those are the ones I'm gonna go on dates. Not the little stingy motherfuckers that do the 50-50 split. Those don't even get a chance, so it is what it is. Anyways, so let's talk about From, the show. Which, by the way, I absolutely hate Ben for recommending it to me because I have class. And with shows, it's usually goes through ways. It's either too boring, so you skip, and then probably don't even finish it. Or it's too good, and then you give up on everything on life, and you just binge watch it. You don't do anything else. You watch the whole thing. Whether it's 1, 2, 10 seasons, you just watch it. For me, it's one or the other. There's nothing else in between. So, guess how it went with me. Yeah, it was really bad too, because he told me, like, Ben, why would you tell me about it at night? So I started watching it like 9 p.m., and there are 3 seasons of that shit. I think it was 9 a.m. when I finally finished the last episode. Like, why would you do that? I couldn't even go to class. I am blaming you for making me miss class. The fuck is wrong with you? Why would you recommend a show like that? No, that's not why I'm sick. But to be honest, the show is still not that great. So I think the reason why I enjoyed it is because the other shows are even worse. So it's kind of nice to just binge watch something. And in the end, I was just like, I wanted answers. And it keeps like dragging you, like answers, right? You kind of want the answers. Some of the episodes I literally was skipping through like a lot because I wanted to go to sleep. It was the morning. Yeah, the premise is good, but the issue with the show is that it's just like every other show, it's too predictable. So I really enjoyed the first couple episodes, but then I realized the pattern. Maybe it's just me. Okay, let me paraphrase that. For an average person, you're gonna love the show. But because I see the pattern so easily, like I know what's gonna happen pretty fast, right? So it was interesting the first couple episodes because I was like, oh, I actually don't know. But then I figure out the patterns and then it's still good. It's still good. Like it's well shot, you know, there's development, but I knew pretty much everything that's going to happen. And that's what sort of, you know, ruins it for me. Because when you know what's going to happen, it's not as fun. But it's just me. I still think it's a good show and you guys should check it out. We can talk about our favorite characters too. Anyways, no, I don't mean you dumb average people. I notice average people don't figure out patterns as well as I do. Like I'm able to see like more of an overall picture and see the pattern. Hey golfers. Kind of a cute guy. Why are they all so short though? Why do the golfers all look so short? Is it like a skill that helps golf? Go. Trying to get not sick. I think everyone's good in their own thing. Like, I'm computer dumb. I'm sure a lot of you are smarter computer-wise, but I know my strength, and this is one of them, seeing the patterns. Okay, this water is not even warm anymore. Okay. We did it. Yeah, I don't think we can watch that show on stream though, because it's pretty gore. I don't know, it's just like so many good ideas, but then they kind of butchered them. You know, in the beginning, like I said, it was pretty good, but then how do those things, they're supposedly like move really slow because it's supposed to be scary, right? Because like they're slow and smiling all the time, and it's like, sure, great, they figure out this recipe for creepiness, but then all of a sudden they start moving really fast. And if they are so slow, it should be so easy to run from them. Why don't you? The end of season 1 was the best ending to a season ever. What was the ending? I just remember feeling disappointed because they don't give the answers. You know what? I think what I enjoyed the most so far was the end of the very last episode from season 3. When she was in the ambulance and they were driving and then they see the tree again. And she knows that she's being brought back to this other world again. Just like, what? It's almost like a port. It's the idea of the portals and being able to travel from one to another. I thought that was interesting. Anyways, it's just kind of, well, I don't want to say slow because it's not slow, but it's slow in terms of answer. Like they're milking it. I get it. But I want the answers of how this actually works. That's what I'm there for, to figure out the pattern and get the solution to the problem, okay? And they're not giving me, they're dragging it out. But yeah, as a show, it's called From. It's a pretty good show. I recommend you guys watch it. But don't watch it before bed because it is pretty like, you know, there are a lot of like scare jumps and shit like that. It's going to be hard for you to fall asleep. I was watching it with my Apple Vision Pro, so that's even more impressive. I don't know if you guys ever played like a scary game with the 3D, whatever. What are these things called? Before Apple Vision Pro, there was what? What is that thing that we used to use? Yeah, because playing a scary game there, like playing a scary game on your PC as opposed to those goggles, completely different experience. I forgot what it was called though. VR, thank you, yeah. So, like completely different experience. And the same, obviously watching a scary movie. And the Apple Vision Pro is basically like an improved VR. They haven't really changed anything, and they sell in those for $4,000. Apple's great. The main villain reminds me of Mira. Who's the main villain though? I don't even know. Who is the villain there? I don't quite understand. Are we talking about the same show? I don't think there's a main villain. It's a Walking Dead knockoff. I never watched Walking Dead, but possibly.